Okay, so I was gonna do this with the windows down, but of course now people are being very loud and noisy, so I have to turn the car on. And sorry for the beep. Come on. Hopefully the AC isn't too loud for you guys. Anyways, good morning. So I messed up. I put out a video on Sunday about Class A licenses. Okay, so for those that don't know, I've been a truck driver for a few years now, and every time I read or hear or say CDL, I automatically assume, and my brain like just kind of just CDL equals Class A and nothing else, you know, like that's just, it's a bad habit, right? So I was doing research on a particular subject I wanted to talk about to make sure, you know, I was saying the right things, and it kept saying CDL on the FMCSA website. So my brain, being as magical as it is, kept, you know, associating that with Class A. So when I made the video, I wasn't using the right term. I should have been saying CDL, but I kept saying Class A. And then somebody called me out on it, and I was like, oh, you know, I just responded. Like, again, I wasn't really thinking. I was doing Super Bowl stuff for the church, and, you know, I wasn't, it was just kind of like offhandedly responded. And then I was like, you know, I have a link, and they're like, show me the link. So when I read again before I sent the link, it kept saying CDL, 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 CDL. Well, and then I was like, oh, you know, like I had like this revelation in the kitchen area at my church, and I'm like, I am such a dork, you know? So yes, so I made a video on Sunday. If you guys saw it, I apologize. I did not use the right word. It was the same concept. I just needed to use the right terminology. And I can't remember who it was. I appreciate you saying, hey, this isn't right. Kind of keeping me on track. Guys, I need all the help I can get. Alright, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm an expert. I'm gonna make mistakes, I promise you. So, you know, help me keep track of this stuff, because again, I'm using my experience as a truck driver to kind of help me wade through all the garbage that is online about this, you know, about Driveaway. So that was my bad. So I took that video down. So I wanted to reshoot it because I think it's a very good topic, and I've had a lot of people ask me this question. So we're gonna redo this video now, and I'm actually going to use the right words, you know, because words are important. So anyways, again, whoever, I can't remember your name, I'm sorry. I deleted the video, so I can't look back on the comments, but I appreciate you saying, hey, that's not right, this is what it is. And I wasn't trying to be a jerk when I like responded. I was just responding. Like, I wasn't, like, even with what you said, I was like, okay, it's under 26, you know, blah blah blah, you know. Yeah, total dits. So I appreciate you kind of, you know, trying to keep me on track, guys. I need the help, need all the help I can get. So with that being said, let's get on to this topic. I've had several people ask me this question, and so I wanted to go over it as a video. I get a lot of people asking me, Jen, is it worth getting your CDL license for Driveaway? And I thought about it, and I looked up some stuff and kind of read some stuff, and the answer to that is yes and no. And I know that's very informative. I know that's super informative, but let me explain, okay? There's definitely a really super major reason to have one, and then the rest of it is just kind of like, not really, okay? The only really good major reason that you should get your CDL license for Driveaway, at least, okay? Toway is a whole different subject. you know, that there's plenty of videos out there about Toway drivers getting their, it would be their Class A at that point. Okay, so we're not going to go on that. This is for Driveaway. Okay. The only really major reason, guys, to have your CDL in this part of the industry is you will notice that there are certain times of the year, especially, that the load board is pretty non-existent. There's hardly any loads, if any at all, on the board. And there's going to be like this flock of drivers that have come upon their dispatcher's desk or the little counter, depending on where you're at, and they're begging for loads, right? Begging for loads. Hey, do you have a load? They're literally waiting there for hours to get a load from their dispatcher, or they're calling all the time. You know, they're getting upset, they're yelling, they're screaming, they're throwing tantrums because there's no loads, right? And I have found, now this is just for January, this past January, for those that don't know, by the way, the manufacturers, they close down twice a year. And they do, I can't remember why, but I think some of it's for like new parts and some's to clean or some, I don't know. But they close down twice a year, and it's typically the week before New Year's, and then they close sometime in July for a week. And then they'll open back up, but it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks to really start pumping out the units again, right? I've heard that they try to have enough units out to keep you busy, to have a few loads that are still kind of lingering around the lots somewhere. But for the most part, it gets pretty thin during those 2 or 3 weeks. All that being said, having your CDL gives you an advantage here, okay? This is where it really comes in handy of having one. And the reason why is, usually the loads that are left over are the CDL loads, especially in Driveaway, okay? A lot of people that come into this industry typically have like a Uber or Lyft background. Usually guys that have CDL backgrounds, if they have a Class A, for example, they usually migrate more towards the Towaway divisions compared to Driveaway, all right? So you have less people in this division that doesn't have a CDL of any kind, whether it's B or A or whatever, right? So that is a huge advantage. That's a big advantage for you, because while everyone else is lingering around the dispatcher's desk begging and pleading and throwing a tantrum about loads, you could be driving, you could be working, okay? You could have a load available because nobody else can take it, right? So that is really the only super big advantage of having it in Driveaway. They don't pay much more. They really don't, compared to non-CDL loads. So it's that extra 5 or 10 cents a mile is just going straight towards the fuel. Fuel prices right now have gone, they're stupid, okay? I think Pennsylvania right now is like $3.39 a gallon. I've seen it $2.99 a gallon. I've seen it $3.29 a gallon. I did a quick search. I didn't look at it like every state or anything, but they're really high. Down here in Florida, which is typically a higher state for fuel prices, I think it's like $2.79 or $2.89 a gallon. It's getting closer. If it's not closer, I would be surprised, to $3. Okay, so, and to me, they're not worth taking. Okay, that's usually really much heavier. They're longer, so they're not as easy to maneuver, especially if you're not used to it. And there's just so many different, it's just a pain in the butt. Like, to me, it's not worth the extra 5 or 10 cents a mile to take a CDL load. So, and that's in Driveaway. Like I said earlier, Toway is totally different. It depends on how much extra they're paying. Sometimes they don't pay enough, especially the big units. The big, heavy, mambo jumbo, crazy units, they don't pay enough for those, to be honest. Me personally, an absolute bare minimum should be $1 a mile for CDL. Bare minimum. Especially the bigger ones, they need to be a lot more than what they are. But that's a whole other subject that we're not going to get into. Another question that I've gotten asking me about CDL is, how often do you run into manual transmissions? Okay. I've only seen two. I've only seen two on the board, and those were both with Synergy. And I was actually supposed to take one of them, but that's when my license got screwed up, so I had to be pulled off that load. But they're not often. They're not very often. If you were going to go through the trouble of getting your Class A, learn how to drive 10 speeds and 13s, a bare minimum of 10 speed. Learn how to do the manuals, guys. It's, for whatever reason, it's a dying it's a dying thing. Like, I don't know. I don't care what it is, honestly. I don't care if it's, I was with a automatic and a manual. The last truck I drove was manual. I don't care either way, as long as I'm making money, right? I don't care what it is, but it's good to know. You need to make yourself as valuable in this industry as possible. Okay, you need to get all your endorsements, get everything you can. Because you might not want to do RVs. You might want to switch over to a semi. You know, make sure you know how to, for yourself, not just for a company or anything, but just make yourself valuable. You know, you could make, there could be a potential job out there down the road that they only have manual trucks, but they pay a lot more than anyone else in your area. Make yourself valuable. Okay, get all your endorsements. Do it all. Like, I'm currently working on my hazmat. That's the only one I have left. Get your endorsements. Make yourself valuable. Don't just get the license and then that's it. You know, get a TWIC card. And that's not really RV related, but you know, if you decide to go into trucking, or if that's your end goal, go ahead and get that stuff. Just get yourself prepared as much as possible. Make yourself valuable. You are very, very disposable in this industry. These people do not care about drivers. Okay, the industry stopped caring about drivers a long time ago. And that's, I'm not being harsh, okay? I'm just being real. It really showed this past year with COVID and everything. It was not pretty. Okay, it's just a lot of stuff, guys. So make yourself as valuable as possible. You can be replaced in an instant. These people don't care about us. If they have to decide between a driver and a company and to keep that contract, they're gonna side with the company every single time, and you're gonna get the least. Like, they don't care. All right, none of these companies care. That's across the board, and that's not just RVs either. That's all of logistics. They do not care about the drivers. They just want their items or their product or their vehicle or their services, and they want it no matter what it takes. Okay, so that's a rant. Probably won't put this in the video. That was a total rant, but it's true. So you have to protect yourself. Okay, if you're going to be like me and you're eventually going to go into the Toway division, but you started in Driveaway just to get your feet wet and see if it's something you like to do. If you are going to go for a CDL, I would recommend that you do Class A. That way you have the combination. You can cover, you're covered across the board. Okay, so I was editing this video and I forgot one very, very important thing that you guys need to know. Horizon has classes available to, I think, anyone. I don't think it's just for drivers, but I think that anyone can go to the classes to get both your Class B or a Class A. So that is something, if you guys are looking to get that license, you should call them and talk to them. I don't know a lot of information about them, but I did want to let you guys know that they do have classes available. And if I remember correctly, especially the Class A is a lot cheaper to go through them than what it is to go to like a driving school or a community college or something like that. So I forgot to have that in the video when I filmed this, so I just wanted to add it really quick. Sorry for the blip. Let's keep going on. Whether you stick with Driveaway or you go to Toway, I recommend getting your A, okay? If you're just gonna do Driveaway, Class B is fine. I think the last time I checked, certain states had restrictions. That could have changed, I don't know. So make sure you check within your state before you go to get that particular license. Make sure you're actually going to be able to drive the vehicle, the RVs that you want to drive, right? So make sure you check your states, because every state is different. I think for the most part, they don't require licenses to drive RVs, as long as they're under a certain weight or anything. But double check, guys. Make sure that you check your state. Every state's different. Check your state to make sure before you decide whether you go with a B or an A or whatever. Okay, so, but anyways, today is Monday, I think. Monday? Tuesday? Monday. I don't know what. No, today's Tuesday. I'm helping a friend tomorrow, and then I plan on going up to Goshen this weekend. Stuff keeps coming up, and besides the fact that right now it's 80 degrees, and up there it's like negative 80 degrees. I don't think I want to go. I really don't want to, but I need to. Because Synergy's getting a little impatient with me, and so is Horizon. So, yeah. They haven't deleased me, but like Horizon has, what do they call it? They haven't deleased me, but they've made me inactive or something like that. So I can't see the board right now. So I have to literally get up there and call dispatch and let them know, hey, I'm here, I need to take a load, and then they will reactivate me, and then I can see the board again. So I don't like not seeing the board. It kind of bothers me, but I understand too, because of insurance purposes, they don't want to be paying for somebody that's not driving. So I totally get it. It's just my anxiety is like, I gotta see the board, you know. So oh man. Okay, so yes, again, guys, if you saw that video on Sunday, I do apologize. I rushed, and I'm the kind of person that can't rush. I need to take my time. Usually it takes me about 6 hours to make these videos from start to finish, from filming to editing to getting up on YouTube, and then it takes me another hour or two to do the description and the tags and all the YouTube stuff on my laptop. So I rushed through that video way too fast. I literally filmed it, edited, and uploaded it in like 2 hours, and that's the result, right? So if you guys watch the videos and I do something really stupid or I say something really stupid, please let me know. I'm not gonna get offended. I'm not an expert. I am by no means an expert. I am still learning about truck driving, and let alone Driveaway. You know, like it's the same, but it's so different on certain elements, you know. So again, I can't remember your name. Thank you for, you know, pointing that out for me. And I wasn't trying to be a jerk when I responded. I wasn't focusing, you know. I was doing other things, and I just responded really quick because the message popped up on my phone. So anyways, I wanted to clear that up. I wanted to reshoot this video because I think it's important, and thinking about doing twice a week for videos. I'm thinking about doing like one vlog and then doing like an informative, like keeping the Friday schedule but adding like maybe a vlog day somewhere. And I plan on delaying that a little bit, because just for safety reasons. I don't want people to like, oh, she's in Las Vegas, and like try and like, there's weird people out there. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I might start doing videos twice a week, but we'll see. So thank you guys. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all of the subscriptions so far. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I love the comments. I love the questions that you guys are giving me. It kind of helps with like making sure that the direction the channel is going into a direction that you guys want it to. I don't want to just make videos just to make them. I want to answer questions that you guys have, and if I don't know the answer, you know, I'm gonna try my best to use as many resources to help find that answer. I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. I'm still learning about the RV transport industry. I'm just as new as anyone else. You know, the only difference is I take my experiences that I have as a truck driver and I try to incorporate them into this. And some of it, most of it works. But thinking CDL means Class A automatically is not good. So thank you guys. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video.